tampons, you have to be in a particular position. Yeah, a particular position. Like, I would have showed you, but for
Hi guys, welcome to the Wellness Tribe. Today we are diving into the age-old debate, tampons versus pads. But first, we want to know what pad is and how they work and what a tampon is, because we know a lot of you don't know what a tampon is. So Tina is the tampon expert and she's going to be telling us what a tampon is.
okay. Before we dive in, tampons are cotton swabs that you insert inside your body. Yeah, I know that is crazy. You insert it inside your body. And now I'm sure you're wondering, how do I actually insert this inside my body? There are two types of tampons. Ones with applicators and ones without applicators. And for the ones with applicators, they can be plastic or cardboard, depending on whichever company or brand you're using. Now, let's go to the how to insert the tampons. For tampons, you have to be in a particular position. Yeah, a particular position. Like, I would have showed you, but for discretion or you have to be in a particular position. And with the tampon, let's assume this is the tampon and this is your VJ. There's like an applicator. Let's just use the one without applicator because most of them come without applicators, depending on the brand you're using, like I said earlier. The ones without applicator, after unwrapping it, you bring out the string. Please, that string is very important. Without that string, then you won't be in danger or something. You bring out that string and you insert it into your VJ. Leaving it there, but like make sure it's inside to the point that you cannot see it outside your body again. But that string should be outside. Just insert it into your body, leaving the string outside. That string is important because it's going to help you take it out later when it's time for you to remove it. There you were, and it starts.
Thank you very much. What about the string? What is like hurt you?
Yes, that's when you have to like fold it in. For some people, they fold it into their lips, or they just fold it. But the major thing is just folding it inside your lips so that it doesn't like cause like some form of irritation or something.
And that's it. A brief summary on what a tampon is and how it works from Tina. Now, Osa is going to be telling us how a pad works, what it is, and how to use it.
Okay, I feel most people know what pads are, but I'll just explain. Pads are, they're not reusable, obviously. They're not cotton swabs per se, but they are cottons in it. So you just strap them onto your panties instead of inserting them like the tampons. And so you just strap them on your panties and you're good to go. But I feel like you have to keep checking, depending on your flow. So if you have heavy flow, you have to change at intervals. But if you have light flow, you can use them for longer hours.
Yeah, and the question just popped up in my mind. I'm sure a lot of people might be wondering, how will I know if my tampon is full? Well, it's that simple. Normally, when it's inside, you cannot like see it, oh, it's full or it's not full. But once it's full, I feel you will see like spottings on your panties. That's when you're going to know it's full. And also, you also see spottings when it's not placed properly, like there's a leakage. But if it's placed properly, I promise you, there's no leakage. It's just going to be there.
So, you said something about being reusable or not. Are tampons reusable?
No, they are not. They are not.
How long do they last?
Well, 6 to 8 hours, depending on your flow, and there are also different types. We have the regular, the super regular, and the lights, depending on your flow.
I think pads last for like 3 to 4 hours. It also depends on the brand. Some brands need thicker pads, some make lighter ones. So it depends on how heavy your flow is and the brand you're using.
Osa said something about parts not being reusable, but recently we have parts that you can actually wash.
Yeah, they are reusable parts. I think the difference between the reusable parts and the non-reusable ones are the materials. The materials you use in making those parts. So you can actually wash, for the reusable parts, you can wash off this thing and reuse them. Okay, for me, I prefer the disposable ones because for the reusable ones, when you wash them and you hang them outside, you're basically exposing them to germs, bacteria, microorganisms that may be harmful to your health. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, what's the difference between the reusable and disposable
It's
ones?
basically the materials they use in making them. For the disposable ones, they are made with bleached wood pulp and adhesives. That's why you can easily glue them or strap them onto your panties. But for the reusable ones, they are made with cotton and straps that will make them a bit tighter than the disposable ones.
So, can you tell us the price of tampons, like just the range of tampons and pads and the reusable pads?
Okay. So you're trying to ask me if which is more cost effective between tampons and pads,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I feel it depends because I would say tampons are cheaper because if you want to look at how often you use it, tampons last longer than pads. So you cannot compare to someone that is using about 5 pads a day, someone that is using like 2 a day.
Tampons is one tampon.
Okay, for tampons, it ranges from 10k to 40k depending on the brand for the whole pack. And in a pack, it can be like 16 to 20 pieces in a particular pack.
So how many pieces does a person with a normal menstrual flow use a day?
Okay, if you also, it also depends on the size too. Like I said, there's regular, super, and the likes. For a regular, for a normal person, you can use about 2 to 3 a day.
So 2 to 3 days means that's 14 a week. Let's say you bleed for 7 days.
7 days is not too.
There's some people that bleed for 7 days. So 14 for 7 days.
So
So you spend 10k for bleeding for a whole week. Why you can just buy 2 parts of 3,000 and use for a whole week.
But what if that person
It
uses
actually
more than-
depends on your comfort though. Whichever one you are comfortable with, you buy it. It's what works for you might not work for another person. Tampons work for her, pads work for her.
Tampons for life, girl.
So that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like our videos, follow us for more health tips, and tampons versus pads. What's your take on it? Drop your answers in the comments.
So until next time, stay period positive. Bye.
Remember to choose pads always.
Tampons, please.